Hello and welcome back to another reaction. In this occasion, Avatar: The Legend of Korra, Season 1, Episode 11. Yes, we are so close to the season finale and I don't know what is going to happen. I don't know if they are going to defeat Amon in these two episodes or he is going to escape and continues to be a threat. I don't know. I don't know, and I'm intrigued by that because yes, it's very close. We are so close to that season finale, and it's a lot of exciting things that happened in the last episode. Uh, Again, it was very calm, very peaceful at the beginning. It was just something that you can see as the relaxing episode after the storm, but then by the end, obviously, you got the full-on war on Republic City, and now you need the aid of an army so you can take back the city. I don't think it's going to be easy, but I still don't think that Amon and his army has a chance against an entire army against him. Because I guess since this is the city that was founded by Avatar Aang and Fire Lord Zuko, they are going to have the support of the Fire Nation, which is a very powerful nation. I don't know how politics is going to work. I don't know if I'm looking way too deep into this one and I'm portraying every single stuff in the modern world, and I'm trying to do the politics or what is going to happen with the Earth Kingdom or what is going to happen with the North and South Pole and whatever. So yeah, perhaps I'm exaggerating and it's not going to be like that. At least I don't think so. Perhaps again I'm reading way too deep into this. But I am excited, especially with the new character that they present by the end of the last episode, which is General Iroh. And no, it's not the same General Iroh that we meet in Legend, well, not the Legend, in the last Airbender. No, it's again probably the son or grandson, and I'm betting on grandson of Zuko, and that's why he has the same voice. So yeah, that is my bet. That is what I am expecting. It's odd for me to see that voice coming out of that body because it's so used to, well, related to another person. So yeah, it's weird. But anyway, yes. Let's cut the presentation short. Let me just quickly remind you that please, if you enjoy the content of the channel, consider a subscription. If you enjoy the video, please give me a thumbs up. If you enjoy it, obviously, and leave a comment so I know what you think. Remember, in the description below is the link to the reaction, the link to my Twitter, and the link to my Patreon. So anyway, without further ado, let's cut the presentation short and watch the video, shall we? Okay, I'm back. I just watched a second time and again a third time the 11th episode of the series. There are several things that I want to speak about. Obviously, about the characters and about what is going on. First of all, yes, Amon was a lot smarter than I give him credit for. Yeah, I thought that, okay, you're against probably destroyers or kind of in the same capability of destruction of destroyers, or we would consider destroyers, obviously, against a city, against tanks that are on land that can be reached from the sea and all of that. So yes, it wasn't looking good for Amon in that moment. What I was not expecting is to see planes on the screen. Yes, obviously a plane has the advantage of being on the air and being a lot faster. It's technically weaker than the kind of airships that Amon was having in the air back then. Yes, it doesn't have the advantage of a lot of people, but the speed of these planes are obviously a huge advantage in a naval battle, and they are not ready because again, I don't think the cannons in these ships are accustomed to fighting against air vehicles of that speed. So it's a lot of problems. There was a lot of problems with that because yeah, Amon was ready. He knew that the army was going to go to the city and was going to stop him, and if he didn't have a plan, he will be at the mercy of this army. It makes sense. So that's why they decided. This is a plan that they took their time constructing, that they took their time planning, and once I guess the planes were ready, he said, "Okay, let's attack." Now we have the last portion of the things that I needed to attack the city, to take over the city. So that's why. The problem here is that Amon did not suspect that his brother, and yes, I know I've been calling him Turok, but he's actually Torlak. Yeah, sorry about that. I was remembering the video game, sorry. I associated with that, and yeah, it was a dumb thing to do. But anyway, yes, we discovered that Turok is the brother of Amon. I don't know if Amon knows that. I don't know if he recognized him. Probably he did, thanks to the blood bending. But I don't think he knows that he was recognized. I don't think Amon believes, oh, I'm using a mask. He doesn't know how I look like now. I did not use the blood bending as I think not as strong as for me to be noticeable. He shouldn't know. Even my brother wouldn't recognize me. So yes, now we have the true name of Amon, which is No Attack. And that gave us the explanation of a lot of stuff, like how he was able to hold back the power of a bloodbender, because he has his own power of bloodbending, and he is contradicting it, or is contrasting it with his own power, and since he is capable of doing mentally without all the gestures, because he's a prodigy, that's why it is not unnoticeable. And even with a little unbalance from behalf of your own body, obviously the bending of the rest of the benders is not as effective as it should be, and nobody noticed because he is discreet. He doesn't want his revolution to be over by, oh, the leader is a bender, so yeah, it's hypocrisy, just hypocrisy, and yeah, they are going to abandon in the moment they figure out that he is a bender too. Yeah, very interesting, very fascinating the way this series has been portraying Amon and the answers they gave us. This episode gave us a lot, and I mean a shit ton of answers about Amon, about his abilities, and about what he's capable of doing. So yes, it's again not as action-packed as the last one, except for the first minutes when the ships were attacked, but a lot of information and interesting information. So yes, it's a fascinating point for the series. Now we have the mythology of the villain being stripped down, because so far Amon before this episode looked bigger than life, that he was untouchable, that nobody was able to stop him, and his origins are completely unknown, mysterious and cool and all of that. But now you know his weak point. And yes, I never thought about that weak point that Korra said in that moment. I honestly never crossed my mind, okay, but how the hell are they going to do it? Until Korra said so. And yes, once you start to think about it, yes, it makes sense. It makes sense that has to be his weak spot, because now the people that blindly follow him without really knowing him are going to betray him. I'm going to abandon him because he is not what he said he was. And obviously, this story...
When I was a boy, my family and I lived on a small farm. We weren't rich, and none of us were benders. This made us very easy targets for the firebender who extorted my father. One day, my father confronted this man. But when he did, that firebender took my family from me. Then, he took my face.
It's just bullshit. So yeah, he is like a crafty politician. I mean, yeah, you can see it's kind of in the genes of this family to be this asholic. But yes, now we have a more true reality that Amon was a product of a terrible father. Yes, there is no point of denying that. The father was a real piece of shit. He he really mistreated his two sons and pushed them so far that they despise him and they despise the ability that they have. And instead of trying to change his own way, okay, I fail, I don't want revenge, I'm going to fail, I'm not going to put my children through that. Even if they learn how to bloodbend, I am not going to let them do it for evil. They are going to defend themselves, they are going to be training to be waterbenders and all of that. It wasn't the case. He wanted revenge. Once he figured out that they were waterbenders, he wanted revenge. So that's why they pushed them, and obviously this changed something within these two individuals, between Amon, no attack, and Torlak. They change for the worse. That doesn't exime the crimes that they commit, obviously. They are still guilty of all the crimes that they commit. That is absolutely truth. They deserve jail, but you understand better now that you see this episode. You understand why they did it, and even to a certain degree, how they did it. Again, I like the fact that they are complex characters, that they is not just evil for being evil. There is a root for their evil. I like that a lot. That is the only dent in the perfection that was Avatar: The Last Airbender. Yeah, the final villain was very weak. The Fire Lord Ozai was honestly weak in his backstory, in his motivation, yes. But this one, it's a lot better. Now, the other part I want to speak about, and this is something I mentioned during my reaction, is the romance between Mako and Korra. This is something I briefly said in the last commentary. I think they betrayed, both of them, they betrayed Bolin and they betrayed Asami. That's what I feel. They deserve happiness? Yes. Do I care if they come together? No. Again, you know I'm a shipper. I enjoy the shipping. I enjoy when I see two fictional characters get together and all the chemistry that there is between them and all of that. I like that. I can see certain points in this story in which you say, okay, yes, they are going to be end up romantically in this point. I don't care about the romance because, and this is something I want to make a separation from. When they try to rescue somebody, when they act as heroes, they are fantastic. Mako and Korra acting like heroes are great, they know what they are doing, and it's fantastic to see how Korra is willing to do whatever it takes to save somebody, or in this case to save the city. I like her as a hero. In their personal life, I don't like her. I don't like the way she is trying to push, or tried to push, her own feelings towards Mako without caring about anybody else, without caring about what poor Bolin is feeling, what Asami was feeling. And it's, oh, but come on, she should be able to do whatever she wants. No, I'm sorry, but that is not the case. She was given the chance to Bolin. If you don't want him as a romantic partner, that's fine. That's fantastic. Make that clear. I don't want a romantic relationship with you. I see you as a friend, and that's it. Be clear about that. Don't just pretend, oh yes, because you compliment me when I was in my lowest, oh yes, I'm going to open the door. And that is what it felt like. And then you go and kiss Mako that you knew he has a relationship with somebody else. That is what I don't like. And Mako is the same. He knew that his brother liked Korra. He knew that. And he had a relationship with Asami. And he kissed back. And he is acting ignorant in this moment with Asami. And Asami has all the right to be jealous, all the right to be angry, even. Because it's not irrational. She knows what happened. And she has all the rights to be angry at Mako. And hell, even at Korra, even if we haven't seen that. Because obviously it hasn't been as, I don't know, as evident for Korra. Korra is not just jumping towards Mako all the time. Yes, it was the slip of the tongue of the kid, that's true. But at least he's reserving, he's saying, okay, no, you're right, I was wrong. He has a girlfriend. Mako, on the other hand, is not acting like that. That's the problem. I cannot like them much because of that. Because I like Asami. I enjoy Asami's character. I know and I love the fact that she's a badass. Because she has shown that. I love Bolin because he's a badass too and he has a heart of gold. So they are great characters and these two are just making wrong to these characters. That's why I cannot like them. And if they end up together, Mako and Korra, I honestly don't give a fuck about that. And I know I'm very passionate about this, but I don't know, it just irks me in the wrong way, that relationship. Perhaps that is why I don't like Korra as much as I like Aang before. And I don't like Mako as much as I like Zuko before. Because yeah, it was kind of the substitution for Zuko in that moment. Not the same, obviously they are not the same characters, but kind of the equivalent. I'm trying to look for the equivalent in this group, let's say. So that's why I don't like them as much as I should. As heroes are great. They are self-sacrificing, they try to save people, that's fantastic. But their personal lives, I don't like them. I can respect them, sure, but I don't like them. I don't like them that much. Or perhaps it's wrong for me to say that I don't like them. I don't like them as much as I should. Because yeah, she is the main protagonist. And probably he is the main protagonist's love interest. But I don't like them. And I don't care about the relationship, honestly. I don't care. They did wrong to Asami and to Bolin, and that is something I cannot forgive until, I don't know, later on. And I know it's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, they are fictional characters. But honestly, I'm saying this because I don't want any people to say, oh, you don't like them because, I don't know, whatever argument you want. I cannot like them because I don't want them, and that's it. If those are your favorite characters, I understand, more power to you, but I don't like them that much. That's it. Okay, just to finish this video, because yes, I've been speaking way too much about, especially romance, which is almost irrelevant for this episode, almost. Perhaps there is hope to reverse these effects of the taking away the bending, because I guess it's not literally taking the bending away. It's just, you know, it's just blocking perhaps the bending abilities, maybe, I don't know, perhaps it's that, and it's not a permanent point. Perhaps it's just you need to do something else to revert the effects. I don't know, I want to believe that because I want Lin to return to her former state, to be an awesome badass with her metal bending. But anyway, I'm still holding hope for that, and I think I exhausted the topic of this one. I hope you enjoy it, and yes, let me just quickly remind you that if you enjoy the content of the channel, please consider a subscription and turn on notification. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up and leave a comment so I know what you think about my reaction, the episode, or the commentary. Remember, the description is for the reaction, but if you are here, you already knew that, for my Twitter and for my Patreon. Anyway, yes, I think that's it for now. I have nothing else to say, but thank you for your attention, and well, see you on the next one. Bye! Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed that video, and if you did, give it a like, so the algorithm from YouTube will help me out. And check my other videos, share them, and also why not subscribe to my channel and join this community. And as always, I want to thank you for your attention, your likes, and even your dislikes, your comments, which is something I always look forward to read. And yeah, once more, thanks and see you on the next one.